Welcome to the Wednesday Match Play, your weekly connection to the biggest and best brands in golf. On this show you will learn more about the latest golf fashion trends, hear from LPGA and PGA Tour players, get advice on planning your next golf getaway, and much more. Broadcasting live from Santa Rosa, California, please welcome your host, On the Tee, Ricky Potts.
Sam was always up to something. A few weeks ago, I saw him on Kickstarter promoting Minimal Golf, a new company selling lightweight golf bags. The bags are loaded with state-of-the-art technology and use magnets instead of zippers. The bag is competitively priced and will make a big impact when it hits the market. Bet you will see them next year at the PGA Merchandise Show. On this episode of the Wednesday Match Play podcast, you will learn more about the bag, where his idea came from, their success with the Kickstarter campaign, and if he plans to release anything else sporting the Minimal logo. This was a fun episode, and I always enjoy seeing what Sam is working on. Let's jump into it.
Sam, welcome to the Wednesday Match Play podcast.
Thank you. I'm excited about this. It should be fun.
Yeah, and I'm excited too because this is a very cool concept. It's brand new. You just had some Kickstarter stuff going, and I just want to start with an overview. So give us an overview of the company, what you're doing here, where the name came from, and just the elevator pitch of what Minimal Golf is all about.
Yeah, so Minimal Golf is, I think, you can kind of hear it in the name. It's minimal. It's simplified in a lot of ways. I think the game, and minimalism is kind of a movement that we're seeing across all things, sports included. But I think the game has been like this traditional, very heavy game, a little bit stuffy, a little bit elitist and exclusive. And we're seeing a step away from that kind of. And I was seeing it when I was playing and competing full time. And then I started seeing it more and more in Southern California. And it was like, yeah, okay, the game is definitely evolving. And along with that, I think products have the opportunity to either evolve with that or not. And I just saw an opening for a golf bag that was more minimalistic. And there are some other companies out there that are doing that. Don't need to mention them necessarily, but there are other companies out there making sort of the pencil bag or the Sunday bag. But I just thought I saw a couple ways we could improve there. As a player, there are just like pocket locations and materials and just little things here and there that I was like, man, this bag would be so much better if it had a pocket here or if it didn't have this giant pocket. And so I was like, hey, why not? Let's make a really awesome golf bag that fits the modern player. And because it's minimalistic in style, it's funny. I went to Indonesia on a little surf trip to try to figure out if what I was going to do with my life was start a golf bag company. I was literally like, all right, I'm going to go away for a little while and just really see if this is something I'm going to do. And while I was there, I thought of the name Minimal, and it's just MNML. And I saw it and I typed it to the creative director, Allie, who's awesome. I typed it to her and I was like, what do you think about this? And she was like, I love it. We're done. I was like, all right, I'm in. So about a week later, I was on a plane back to LA, had a name, had an idea for a bag. Because it's a bag that's made for the modern player in the modern game, I thought, how cool would it be if it was kind of a smart bag, if it had some features that matched the way the modern player plays. I think you're probably seeing it. Most of your listeners are probably seeing and hearing. People are listening to music while they play golf. They're using their phones for GPS and they're filming their swing on the range and sending it to a coach or posting it on Instagram. And so with those things in mind, I just thought, how can we improve on the bag? And so, yeah, a main thing that I tell people is that we integrate the phone into the golf experience and make it easier for you to use your phone in your round of golf and then share your experience. So if you can film your swing, you can share it, whether it's with friends or on social media or whatever. So that's kind of, where it came from and what the goal of the bag really is aimed to do. It's just to integrate the phone and kind of the way we live our lives already with everything else, but to be able to do it in golf as well.
Tell me more about the Kickstarter campaign that recently wrapped up, and how much money did you drive from that?
Man, the Kickstarter campaign was awesome. We, I kind of knew that I didn't want to go out there and raise a bunch of money to start this company. I wanted to see if we could do it organically, and I thought we had enough cool friends and family to support it. So Kickstarter, for those that don't know, is a crowdfunding platform. You just basically tell all your friends and family that you're trying to start a business. And if they're really cool and they support you, or if they think you've got a good idea, they kick in money, and they get a kickback for that. So if you put in $25, we give you a minimal golf t-shirt. If you put in all the way up to the bag, if you put in $240, you get our bag with the tech kit, which includes the Bluetooth speaker and the solar powered battery pack and everything you can get out of our bag. So we launched the crowdfunding Kickstarter campaign about almost a month and a half ago, and I had it going for 33 days. And we needed to raise 50 grand to place our first order with the factory because they have minimums. Everybody has minimums on certain things. So I knew if we could raise 50 grand, we could place that first order. And it kind of came down to the wire. I mean, we closed Sunday night, Cinco de Mayo, at midnight, and on Friday evening at 7:30 p.m., we crossed over that $50,000. So we raised $53,000. And I don't know, not a lot of people know this, but had we not gotten to $50,000, we wouldn't have gotten any of the money. It's kind of like make it or don't with Kickstarter. So that was really cool.
I did not know that, but that's good to know for future Kickstarter campaigns that I'm considering donating money to.
Right. I mean, it's amazing. And I had a bunch of friends say like, hey, Sam, if you would have needed me, we would have pitched in at the last minute. So, and I think a lot of people would probably find that same experience. But yeah, it's crazy. If you get to 49,000 and your goal's 50 and you don't get to 50, it all goes away. So
you have some really good photography on your website. What course is that and who took those photos?
You know what? The course is, well, actually it's a combination of a few courses here in the LA area. We as a brand are, I mean, I don't want to, I'm going to preface this with, I play country club golf. I go out there and play 18 holes with all 14 of my clubs and play these tournament rounds or country club type golf. So I play that style of golf. But most of the golf that we play, everybody on our little team here at Minimal, we all play like municipal courses, 9-hole par 3 courses. So we figured, yeah, we need to shoot the video for Kickstarter, and we need to shoot all of our photos at the courses where we play. And because that's the feel, that's the vibe of golf that we play. So the photos from the Kickstarter video shoot, we kind of snuck on. I'm not going to tell you where we shot it because I didn't get permission. But I'll tell you, it's a local municipal course in Los Angeles. And we snuck out super early in the morning and had an awesome DP, director of photography, through a friend, my girlfriend's friend, Trig Ferrano is awesome. He came out really early in the morning and filmed a great video. We got a bunch of photos. And then the rest of it is just like when my girlfriend and I play golf, or when any of us go play golf, we snag a couple shots here and there. You'd be surprised how beautiful an iPhone pic can be if the lighting's just right and you set it in the right mode.
So you touched on some of the features, but tell me a little bit more about the individual features of the bag and what people can expect from this really kind of cutting edge technology that you've put into a pretty simple golf bag.
Yeah, I was in an interview for a couple weeks ago, and the interviewer said that this was really the first innovation in a golf bag since the backpack strap. And I was like, you know what? That's pretty, first of all, thank you. That's really cool of you to say. But it really, as I thought about it in the days past, I was like, you know what, really it is. There aren't that many innovative features when it comes to golf bags. So yeah, what we've got is pretty cool. The biggest one I think that most people so far, what I've seen, are excited about is the phone pocket that allows you to film your swing. There's this little half pocket at the top of the bag. So as the bag is on its stand, it makes the phone, if you slip the phone in there, makes it vertical, and you can film your swing while the bag's on its, it's it's basically a built-in tripod, the bag. So you can just put your phone on there. It makes it really easy to film your swing. So when I play, I film almost every shot I hit. And my girlfriend, who's new to golf, she wants to see every swing because she's improving, and she wants to see like how that swing looked. So it's great for her. So she just sets the bag down, slips the phone in the pocket, hits record, and then picks the bag up and walks away. And then after the round, she can look at all of her swings. Or if she is so inclined, she can share on social media right then if she's got the time. But then the other features are, we've got a tech kit, which is add-on stuff. We've got a Bluetooth speaker that's customized just for our bag. And we've got a solar-powered battery. So these two things, the solar-powered battery has two ports. One for a charging cable for your phone, so you can keep your phone charged if you're using it for GPS or listening to music. Two, there's a big problem with batteries on the golf course. One, most of them are kind of big and bulky. So we've got kind of a sleek speaker. Most of the speakers are big and bulky. So they don't work great if you're walking. They're heavy and they go in a pocket somewhere. So we've got a nice small speaker that gives you enough sound when you're playing. But then the battery life on speakers, Bluetooth speakers, is usually between 3 and 5 hours. So if you play one round of golf, the battery's done. If you don't bring the speaker in with you after your round and charge it for your next round of golf, you're not going to have any power. So having a solar powered battery pack to power the phone and the speaker is a really cool thing. And then we have a patent for the portal system that kind of allows this add-on tech kit to be wired through the bag. So the wires are hidden. They run through these little interior ports, which was really awesome to figure out with the factory too, because they've never put a portal system through a golf bag. But the factory was really awesome too. I mean, they've made 1 million golf bags in their experience, but this was, for them, I think it was cool to see how excited they were to make an innovative golf bag too. But those are the main features that are techie. And then we've just done things like I put a phone pocket on the bag so that when you're walking and carrying, it's in the perfect spot. Just, it's hard to explain over a podcast, but just reaching back behind you, it's in this great little spot. It doesn't need a zipper, doesn't have a zipper because it's gravity, it's just in this pocket held by gravity. And then the other pockets on the bag are all magnetic. So we don't use any zippers. I'm part of, like, as I was making this bag and coming up with ideas, I was thinking, and, talking to the team, I was like, man, how can we come up with a way to be something eco-friendly or environmentally friendly? Because I lived in Puerto Rico for a couple of years and I saw so much like trash and pollution on the beach there, and then coming back to California, and it's just always been on my mind, or it's been on my mind for the last 10 years, probably, how to reduce pollution and things like that. And I was looking at different materials and everything, and it just was so hard. It was going to be really hard to find a really high quality, long lasting material that was made from recycled products. And so the thing I started thinking about was, we don't have to necessarily get recycled products. You just need to keep this bag out of the landfill. So let's make it as durable, as long lasting, as beautiful, as good as we can make it, and just keep it out of the landfill. So by not having zippers on the bag, we keep it from a failure. If you've ever had a zipper on your golf bag, you've had a zipper failure, right? And that can, depending on the pocket, that can pretty much eliminate that golf bag. And if you've got a bag that's made of nylon, you've seen it rip. And there's just a bunch of little things that we took out to make the bag last longer, to make it not end up in a landfill.
I see black and white golf bags on the website. Are you planning to release any more colors or designs in the near future?
Yeah, we will eventually. Right now, we're just keeping it super simple. We've got the same design in 2 different colors. It's really interesting though. I mean, the white, it just looks so cool. And a lot of people have said to me, is the white going to get dirty, or like, is that white, like, does it stand out too much? And it really doesn't. I've had the white bag for about since January. So 5 months, and I've played a ton with it. And yeah, at some point white's going to get dirty, but it just looks so sharp. If you wipe it down with a wet cloth, you can keep it pretty clean. I've wiped it down once since I've had it, and it still looks really great. So I think we're cool with white and black for a little while. I mean, we're small. I'm not expecting to sell 100,000 bags in the next. I don't think we're going to have like 4 people in every group all wanting different colors to stand out. I think while we're small, we can get by with just a couple colors.
Hey there, it's Gabe Aloisi from Private Club Radio. If you are in the private club business, meaning you're a manager, you're a membership director, you sit on the board of directors, and you want to be entertained and educated, we have a weekly show on Mondays here on the Golf Radio Network. It's called Private Club Radio, and it's just for you. You can give it a listen over at privateclubradio.com or subscribe wherever podcasts are heard.
Is the bag available in retail stores, or is it online only?
So after the Kickstarter, we opened up our website in a pre-sale setup. So what we sold, we didn't sell in the Kickstarter, but what we got pledges for was 192 golf bags. We owe those 192 golf bags to the Kickstarter contributors. And then we place our order from the factory for 400 bags. So that gives us an extra roughly 200 bags to sell. but we're still in pre-order mode because we don't have a ship date yet from the factory. I told everyone in Kickstarter that we'd have them by September, but that's really, really generous. I just didn't want to say sooner and not have them be there in time, but we're probably about 60 to 90 days right now. And if anybody who purchases on minimalgolf.com is going to they're going to see obviously that it's a pre-sale, but they're going to get a follow-up email that says, we'll let you know exactly when we know when your bag is going to ship to you. But at this point, we're just in pre-sale. And yeah, very small quantities, and still kind of investigating where we want to go with sales. I mean, I'm not going to talk too much about it, but I have my vision for where I want to go with it, but still thinking about options. I mean, I love the idea of doing some collaborations with some cool companies and like-minded companies. And ultimately, I just want to see it out there. You know, I want people to see this bag as a potential opening. So if you had somebody who doesn't play a lot of golf, but maybe is a golf fan and they see golf as stuffy, but they see a bag that comes out that has a speaker, you know, option and a solar powered battery pack, and you can film your swing, they might say, well, golf can't be that stuffy if this is a golf bag that you can buy, and it might intrigue them to get into the game a little bit. So, you know, I just like to see it out there and see what impact it has on that environment, that golfer or non-golfer who's interested in playing.
You mentioned the tech pack. What is that all about?
So the tech pack is just the electronic features, the speaker and the battery pack. Because there are those golfers who aren't interested in having a speaker on their bag or a solar powered battery on their bag, we just sell them separately. So we've got the bag, and then you can add on the tech pack that includes that Bluetooth speaker and the solar powered battery pack.
I can see the Minimal logo on a shirt or a golf towel. Any chance you will be releasing some additional products like that in the near future?
Yeah, we have a bunch of like locals hanging out in the shirts. And then like we threw a couple parties here at the studio, which is always super fun. So we sell like a little bit of swag here and there. Like, yeah, it's around, and I think we're going to produce some, but we make a golf bag that's innovative and it's better than every other golf bag out there. We believe that. So it's a question mark. Do we make t-shirts that are better than every other t-shirt out there? Do we try to find a way to make a better t-shirt, or do we just make a t-shirt and slap our logo on it because the logo is cool? And that's where we're at right now. It's like, yeah, we love the logo. Everybody loves the logo and people want to rock it. But, you know, what are we as a company? Are we a logo or a brand, or are we something bigger and cooler than that? And I don't think there's any problem with having, you know, backup gear like hats and t-shirts to support your brand. So, you know, we'll see where it goes. Right now, I can't say definitively where we're going to go with that.
How much is the bag?
It's $199, which puts us like right in the middle of the bag market. For a premium quality bag, we're definitely the lowest price premium quality bag. There are other beautiful bags out there, but you're looking at $250 to, you know, up to $1,000, right, for some of these really high end bags. And then, you know, you can get a nice lightweight walking stand bag for $169. But for a good quality bag that's going to last you a while, $199 is a great price. And then if you add on the tech kit, it's $239. So for $239, you can get the bag plus all the tech.
What does your social media strategy look like? I could see this being huge with Twitter and Instagram influencers.
We think, Ricky, that people like you are just going to get the bag and be so stoked about it that you're going to take pictures with yourself with the bag and everywhere you go. And so it's going to be organic social media traffic. No, I mean, I think there's a lot of people that I've become friends with over the years who are really supportive and can't wait to get their bags. And yeah, I mean, ultimately the bag itself lends itself to social media. So it's a little tricky if you think about it. Like we make a bag that allows you to film your swing, but when the camera's in the bag, it can't film the bag. So like, it doesn't necessarily show that you filmed your swing with the bag. It's a little bit interesting how that's going to go. But no, I think the bag looks really cool, and I think people are going to be stoked to share it. So I think we'll see how it goes organically at first, and then we'll pivot if we need to.
Where is the bag being manufactured?
So there are 3 main factories that manufacture almost all the golf bags that you see. They're all located in China, and they all do a great job. I've met with the factory owners a couple times down in San Diego. We actually got really lucky meeting Andy Gilkison, who's our product manager. he worked for OGO for 10 years and Puma for 5, and he knows bags inside and out. And he said, Sam, there's 3 factories that do them all, and I can contact, a couple of them and let's see what happens. And we settled on one that we're really happy with, and we're really grateful that they let us in, because as a small company, it's pretty hard to get into one of these factories that's used to doing, 20,000 bag orders rather than like 400.
This bag would do well at the PGA Merchandise Show down in Orlando. Have you been to the show before, and do you plan on taking Minimal to Florida next year?
I've been, I think 5 times, and yeah, we definitely want to be there. We're a new product, so we'll probably be in the inventor section, and the goal with 100% is to win best new product at the PGA show. I mean, we have an innovative product. We have something that's cool and modern, and the game is ready for it. And I think it's I think it's going to do great at the PGA show. I can't wait to unveil it.
Let's say I order the bag and something breaks. Is there a warranty, or am I just out of luck and I got to buy another one?
Well, I think it's a really cool thing to be a small company. I mean, I'm sitting here at the Minimal Studio, and anybody can call me, anybody can email me. If something breaks on the bag, you can just call me or email me, and if I can replace it really easily, I'll send you a new part. And if I can't replace it easily, we'll figure it out. But it's not you're not dealing with like a company that has 100,000 bags and 50,000 emails a day. You're dealing with a couple cool individuals who will take your call and work with you. So yeah, I don't see a lot of potential for breakage. That was one of the main things. Avoid that problem. But if it comes up, you'll talk directly to us and we'll take care of it.
So you mentioned the bag has no zippers. It's all magnetic. That is really neat. Who came up with that idea, and is that new to golf bags? I mean, it seems so simple, but I would imagine that that's existed on golf bags in the past, right?
It was patented for a while, and that patent went away, but it's just a little bit more expensive. And it's not super easy to make it work perfectly. And if you can imagine a giant long pocket down the side of the bag, it just wouldn't make a ton of sense probably on a traditional golf bag to make them all magnetic. So one is the expense. It's a little bit more expensive to do the bag like that. 2, if you've got these huge pockets, you kind of do need zippers. And yeah, I think it just fits our bag. It fits a minimal golf bag. It maybe doesn't fit a big staff bag or something like that. So maybe if other companies had, if they weren't worried about the extra buck that it costs to do that over a zipper, or if they were thinking more about the longevity of the product, they might have done it themselves. But yeah, I'm not sure why other companies haven't done it. I think it makes a lot of sense.
He's having a pretty good year so far. Do you think Tiger breaks Jack's record? Why or why not?
Yes. I'm a huge Tiger fan. I've been a Tiger fan forever. I remember I had a bet with a high school kid that I was teaching like 10 years ago. And he was like, Sam, who's going to win the next tournament? And I was like, Tiger Woods. And he was like, well, okay, how much do you want to bet? And I was like, he was like a high school kid. So it was like a soda or something. And then I was like, well, and then he was like, what about the week after? And I'm like, Tiger Woods. And I'm like, you know what? I will bet you Tiger Woods for the rest of the year. And I can't remember what year this was, but he won like 5 out of the 8 tournaments for the rest of the year. And I, since then it's just been like, don't ever bet against Tiger. I bet Tiger because I love him and I think he's amazing for the game. And I love his like passion and determination, and that stuff's been with him forever. But even more than that, I love his I see this gratitude that he has for his ability to play the game and compete at this level. And I just think that's so cool. That's so huge in my life to just constantly remind myself to be grateful for everything I have. So to see somebody like that at that level show that gratitude makes me love him even more.
The screensaver on my desktop at work is "You can always become better," which is a quote from him. And as the greatest player to ever live, to think that he said it once upon a time that even he could become better is scary. And he's 43 years old and he's not done yet.
No, he's not done yet. Yeah, I mean, anything could happen, but he's my vote. I'm not surprised that you have a Tiger Woods quote as your screensaver, by the way.
I don't know if you've been following my Instagram story since he won the Masters, but pretty much everything excites me, and I use the excited GIF from when he won that tournament. And if you haven't seen it, it's pretty fantastic. Whether it's a bottle of wine, whether it's a steak dinner, or whether it's, a magazine on the shelf. Like, I'm pretty pumped about that, and I'm excited to see what he does for the rest of this year.
Yeah, I've watched more golf in the last 6 weeks, 4 weeks. I don't know. I watched more golf this year than I watched in a really long time. And I think that's true for everybody. We're all pretty excited we're excited for golf right now.
What's next for Minimal Golf? I know you're just kind of getting started, but what's the immediate future look like for you and the company?
Land some bags in America and then sell the bags and then order more and then sell those. Yeah, it's really short-sighted right now, Ricky. I mean, it's like, I have big goals for the company and where I want to see it go and everything. But realistically, it's just stay focused on what's most important right now. And that's get the bags here and get them out there and see how they're received. And then, if they're selling, order more and keep selling.
Founded in 1983, Le Col No. 41 is a third-generation family-owned winery located in the Walla Walla Valley of eastern Washington state. Each Le Col bottle is handcrafted with a focus on top quality. Go to lecol.com to learn more about our land, our wines, our club, and our team. This is Constance, Le Col's general manager, and we'd love to welcome you here in our beautiful valley.
In golf, the 19th hole is a slang term for a bar, a restaurant on or near the golf course, very often in the clubhouse itself. This edition of the 19th hole is presented by Le Col No. 41, a family-owned artisan winery located in Walla Walla, Washington. Tonight I'm drinking a bottle of their 2015 Columbia Valley Cabernet. This is hands down my favorite style of wine. I just love big, chewy, bold Cabernets. And this bottle is full of dark fruits, espresso notes, and blackberry. And it has a really nice, long, drying finish. Sam, what is your favorite 19th hole, and what are you drinking?
I'm drinking water right now, but my favorite 19th hole would definitely be Nosotros tequila, and I don't like slam it or anything, but I just love this tequila because they actually sort of semi-sponsored our launch party, which is really cool. But on the back of the bottle, you can write, there's like an opening and it says like shared by, and you can write who shared it and when. And I think that's really cool because the experience of like, having cocktails with your friends, something we all kind of want to, save and remember. So if you save the bottle, you can have everybody's signature on there. And I think that's really cool. So I'm a big fan of Nosotros Tequila, and they're local here in the South Bay and in Los Angeles. So that's my 19th hole.
Sam, it was great learning more about Minimal Golf. The bag is simple, lightweight, and it has a ton of tech in it. I am in the market for a new golf bag. I'm just saying. So maybe I'm going to get a Minimal bag and start showing that around NorCal. So we're not too far away from each other. You're there in LA, and I'm just up here in the North Bay area. So let's find an excuse to get out on the golf course. But Sam, thanks again. And I can't wait to see what you come up with next.
Awesome. Thanks, Ricky. That was super fun.
That puts this installment of the Wednesday Match Play podcast in the books. But we'll be back next week for another exciting episode of the show.